Washim Ashab, Washim Gakdash, the Devon says, Fast and teach great Muslim, I learn the truth, and I'll say Shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel. This is just going to go into Ezekiel 38, or I think it's 37. Yeah, 37, going to the dry bones. I'm going to get in blue letter as well, just out of curiosity of what it says. Because, when you go into different translations, sometimes things are said in a more modern and understanding and plain to our modern speak manner. Ezekiel 37:1. The hand of the Lord Yahweh Shemashah upon me and carried me out in the spirit of the Lord and set me down in the midst of the valley which was full of bones. And that is representative of our people. In the valley is America. Valley is a low place. And here in America, this is a spiritually bankrupt and low place. And also, when you go into our people, they're, take a look at our people. They're dead. Spiritually dead. They're dead, men and women and children walking. And I'm just going to keep reading because I guess I'm jumping ahead a little bit. She's full of bones, and caused me to pass them around about, and behold, they were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. So doubly, not only were our people dead, but they were doubly doubly dead, because having water is essential for lubricating joints and whatnot. So you don't have you got other fluids in your body, but the body is made up mostly of water. And spirit, I'm going to go to this really. The word of Yahweh Shemal Shai is that water that our people need. It's water, it's life, it's referred to as meat. And our people are spiritually lacking all of those things which are essential for life, which keeps the body nourished. But in spiritual terms, these things, once again, the word is referred to as these different types of food. It keeps the body spiritually, keeps your spirit nourished. Ephesians 5:26. That he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word. So the word is referred to as water. It's referred to as meat, wine, oil. And there's a scripture that mentions how all these things were essential are what man needs. And I think flour was one of them. But all those things are what once again, the word is referred to all those things, and all those things are essential for life. What we need to sustain our bodies. Let me see. There was another one, and I'm going to keep going, Lord willing, it comes back to me. So our people are dead because they're lacking these spiritual things. And, spiritually they're dead, and that's going to lead to their physical death. Ezekiel 37:3, he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord, power, thou knowest. Going verse 3 a little over. And he asked me, Son of man, can these bones become living people again? And you have Jeremiah 17:4, how we discontinued from our heritage, from our connection to Yahweh Shem Shai. And what happened ever since then? Our people, they were spiritually fucking dead. It became worse and worse. When you go into the body, you put the body in a sepulcher, and the skin of and the sinews, it all, you got maggots that eat away at it, And then you have the bones, which eventually turn to dust. It all falls apart, and that's what's happened to our people. And now our people, shake the dust off thy feet. Our people are just straight up in complete confusion. They don't know what the fuck. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. No sense of direction. Well, sovereign Lord, I apply, and that's why you have these niggas. There are relying on their enemy, which is atrocious work. Relying on the same nigga who completely destroyed you. And you even have you have a lot of jakes that not only do they rely on their enemy, but you have a lot of these more outspoken jakes that have these different platforms that praise Esau for all of the developments and the things that for this country. Which, once again, you got these niggas that have the nerve to say, if you don't like America, leave it. As if they didn't slaughter the inhabitants that were already over here and poison every damn thing. And you have Jake to support that Edomite message. If you don't like America, leave it. Thank the white man for all the things that you have. Well, you can technically thank Esau, because what? Esau disarmed our people, destroyed our fangs, and then made our people reliant on him. When you go into how we live, we had a way of living. It wasn't just fucking savages. We had a way of living. But people weren't fucking stupid. They did dumb shit, but they weren't fucking retards. But that's that white man that you have these niggas that's that white man you have these niggas praise. The nigga who disarmed the people and then made that same people relying on them, and then say you wouldn't have all this if it wasn't for them. Well, we wouldn't have been disarmed if it weren't for you either. But that's what our people rely on. And the scriptures refer to Esau as death. They rely on death. Verse 4, he said, "Get unto me, prophesy upon these bones, and say unto him, O ye dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. Thus said the Lord, power unto these bones. Behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live." And going down, it goes into the process of these bones being revitalized. Like what? Revitalized through the word of Yahweh Shema Shai. Because once again, spiritually, that's what our people need. Verse 6. I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and you shall live, and you shall know that I am the Lord. Moreover, I will put flesh and muscles on you, and will cover you with skin. I will put breath into you, and you will come to life. Then you will know that I am the Lord. I'm going to go into this. And our people are looking for peace. This is the way you do it. Everything else, when you want to know what's funny, everything else in America is fucking failing. Your government is failing. Something I mentioned before is social media, right? Because social media is pretty much like the last thing to go to if you want to really make some money. Because like you have niggas that's in these damn high level fucking technical positions, CEOs. Well, them niggas getting filtered out too with AI. But you have all these damn technical jobs that you can go to. But an old nigga, 50 years old, that then fucked up his life, $1 billion in fucking debt, can hop up on social media, do a couple of skits, and wipe all that shit out and get money. But now all of that shit, that's the last thing you can go to make some money. But even that is failing as well. So once again, there's nothing. If you want to get technical, there's nothing here in America. What look forward to? AI, universal basic income. That's what you people have to look forward to. Fucking SNAP EBT, SNAP benefits. That's what these people have to look forward to. Sirach 19:19, the knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is a doctrine of life. And they that do things that please him shall see the fruit of the tree of immortality. And all of our ways are they're conducive to life. For example, being fruitful and multiplying. So I gotta do something. But where did I leave off? I was saying something, but you know what? So yeah, I remember reading this. But this is where the life of our people lies. Hell, there's even a scripture that says all that hate me love death. Quite literally, because once again, what is Yahweh Shema Shah is life. So if you want to go outside of that, once again, what how do I say this? What have our people encountered outside of the Lord? Death. You're going to see that with Jacob's trouble. Because, plenty of scriptures go into how the Lord preserved the life of those that trust in him. How he's going to feed those that believe in him. I think it's Isaiah 64 or 65. How he's going to have their back. And you have plenty of examples. Verse 7, so I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone is bone. And then when I beheld, lo, the sinews and flesh came up upon them, and the skin covered them, but there was no breath in them. So our people pretty much understood that they're an Israelite. They understood certain things, but our people don't have the full truth. And you see that as a whole, our people don't have the full truth. Great millstones, men teach same doctrine as them, have the complete truth. But as a whole, our people know they're Israelites. But you may have some groups that believe in Jesus. They may say we're Israelites, but they believe in Jesus. They may try to, they may talk about, following the law or all these other things, but they don't have the complete truth. They may be all about the law, but then they may not teach about Yahweh Shai and the importance of Yahweh Shai, about how we can't keep the law perfectly, and that's why we need Yahweh Shai, because he's mercy. He's for lack of better words, to make up for that fact that we can't keep the law. Because he's the ultimate sacrifice. Honestly, we going back into our history. When you fuck up, you have to have a blood sacrifice. Yahweh Shai, him dying, is the ultimate blood sacrifice for our people. But you may have niggas that may not understand that or refuse to understand it. Niggas who call themselves Israelites will also try to be fucking rappers or do all this crazy dumb shit that isn't needed for the truth. Then it said unto me, prophesy unto the wind. Prophesy, son of man. And thus say to the wind, thus saith the Lord, power come from the four winds, O breath, and breath upon these slain, that they may live. And going down, plainly breaks everything down. Verse 11. Verse 10, so I prophesied, and he commanded me, and the breath came to them, and they lived and stood upon their feet, exceeding great army. What our people are down bad, on their ass. Verse 11, they said unto me, son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off for our parts. Therefore prophesy unto them. And it says what? Our hope is lost. This, and what? Our hope is lost. Who our people are lost. They've lost who they are. And, it's funny how you have a lot of scoffers. And, the prophets are telling our people who they are and where their hope is. And it's clearly not here in America. This is not a country built for our people. And like there is a brother that put up a short of an Edomite chick that talked about how when she lawyered for Jake clients, how it was a lot more, she had to work a lot harder than as opposed to her lawyering for Edomite clients. And a lot of this stuff is put on a back burner, and a lot of people like to pretend they don't exist. How these systems and all these different processes, how it benefits Esau, and not only does it not benefit Jake, but it becomes a hindrance to Jake. A lot of niggas like to pretend that this shit doesn't exist and bury it, but all of this happens and all of it affects our people. You know, a few niggas may get some money here and there. They might not experience these things, but the exception does not make the fucking rule. And this is and the prophets are declaring our people's hope. It's Yahweh Shema Shai. This is all of you niggas who are scoffing. This is your hope. This is your way out. You stupid fucking idiots keep saying, why do things keep getting worse? How do we get out of this? We're telling you, but you fucking idiots don't want to listen. And that's why you're going to be trapped and you're going to fucking die in darkness. Because you niggas are stuck in a fucking room and you have somebody opening up the fucking blue door and you saying, hey, come on in through the blue door. But you're saying, no, I don't want to walk through that door because it's blue. My favorite color is red. Give me a red door. Meanwhile, fucking death gas is filling the fucking room. And you say, I'm going to stay over here until you give me a red fucking door. But your escape is right here and you niggas don't want to fucking take it. That's why, we laugh when you fuckers get choked out in the middle of the street. When you get slapped in the fucking face with a brick. While the Lord says, pray not for this people. Because you niggas don't really want to be saved. You stupid hoes. I'm referring to you bitch little niggas and you bitch women. Because the Lord refers to our people in a few different areas as I think he said I know it says I think it's in Kings or Ezekiel where he said how our people are worse than a prostitute. How a prostitute can learn from our people's ways with how our people go whoring after heathen idols. What's that saying? Don't save that hoe. She don't want to be saved. So that's why we laugh when you niggas get fucked over. That's why we were laughing when you bitches is out here complaining about your EBT. And you stupid bitch niggas raised by your punk ass mommies to complain about EBT. Fuck you niggas. And what do you think the guy's going to say that's holding open that blue door? Oh, you don't want to escape with me? Fuck you then. He's going to keep it moving. But this is our hope. Therefore, prophesy saying unto them, thus said the Lord power, behold my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come out of your graves and bring you into the land of Israel. And you shall know that I am the Lord when I have opened your graves on my people and brought you up out of your graves, and I shall put my spirit in you, and you shall live, and shall place you in your own land. Then shall you know that I am the Lord, I the Lord have spoken it and performed it, saith the Lord. And the start of that is with us getting back who we are. Building a foundation for our government, for our nation. And then we actually get to the the more extravagant parts. But the proper foundation has to be laid, and that's what you have going on now. But that's pretty much it. I didn't want to go through the whole chapter. We just want to go into the Valley of Dry Bones and how our people being that, like I said, our nation of Israel being dead, being spiritually and physically dead, being revitalized through that water. Revitalized with life. But our people don't want to accept it. But hope that finds say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem Ashar Bashem Dakadash. That wants to others, apostle, teacher, and minister for truth. Shall want to hope like Israel and trust in Great America.